Hey, what's up, my Dragon Legion? How y'all been? And is this what I'm looking at? Yeah, it is. Not only is this gonna be a deck profile of a CardFight Vanguard deck profile that we haven't done those in like a month now, but we're gonna be doing an Amber Dragon deck profile. Holy crap! We haven't seen Amber Dragon quite some time on this channel right here. Now, I will confess and say, Dragoons, I will admit, I did say I was thinking about selling and parting off with this deck right here, but I will confess and admit, I did mess around with this deck every now and then, and I did look back at that video right here, and I must say, well, I don't think I'm going to part with this deck anymore. Like, I don't care how good everything else is going on right now. I think I'm going to hang on to the Amber Dragons until I quit Vanguard or whatever such. So, to the person who actually was interested in buying this deck from me, I apologize, sir. I hope you don't find this offensive. I am going to hang on to the Amber Dragons. And yeah, if you want to stick around and enjoy watching this video and such, sir, thank you very much. It does mean a lot to me. And again, sir, I do want to apologize for not selling this deck off to you or making anything finalized, because I do miss this deck a lot since the last time I did a deck profile of this deck in the life and such. So, for old time's sakes, and not just for old time's sakes, and let's have a little welcome return to the Amber Dragons. Now, I have done quite a bit of changes to the Amber Dragon deck ever since the last time we done deck profile of this deck right here. So please bear with me. The deck looks pretty good, but at the same time, there is some things I'm still trying to test in a little bit, and I may have some considerations of possibly taking out in the near future. I don't know yet. Nothing else finalized. Please bear with me. And let's get right straight to the deck. Alright, starting in Vanguard, we have one copy of Amber Dragon Dawn. Now, I've tried Conroe. I tried Conroe without this guy before. I mean, it does work, but it doesn't work that well. But the deck does not work that well without this guy right here. Like, you have to play Dawn. No matter what anyone says, Dawn is the guy you have to play when you're playing Amber Dragons. Like, you can't play anyone else when you're playing Amber Dragons. Like, it's a no-no. You have to stick with Amber Dragon Dawn. I don't care what anyone says. And now for the trigger lineup. There we go. The 4 heals. I don't think I need any explanation with this card here. 4 heals. Heals are heals. I don't think heals are going to go anywhere for a while, as far as I know. And as you Dragoons know, normally when I do Kagero deck profiles, I normally do either the 6 critical and 6 draw build, or the 8 critical and 4 draw build. But I'm kind of doing a little something that's a little bit currently odd with my Amber Dragons right now in the moment. And the odd thing I'm doing is, instead of either one of the two, I'm actually doing 4 crits, 4 stands, and 4 draws right here. There we go. Now, the reason why I'm doing this right here is because, well, keep in mind, you're not always going to be able to land attack with your Amber Dragon Eclipse all the time. And plus, there is a lot of things going on where you don't want to let your opponents get his limit break every now and then. So you want to play a little bit defensive at the same time. You want to stand triggers so you can be able to stand up your rear guards and have your rear guards kill your opponent's rear guards. So that way when your opponent's turn begins, they won't have that. They'll either have not that many cards to attack you with, or they'll be forced to use up their cards in their hand in order to be able to do the attack. And plus, by playing this lineup instead of 6/6, I'll have more 10,000 shields and more than 5,000 shields with the other lineup, so that way I can still be able to defend out my opponent's attacks and still be able to keep up with the defensive maneuvers and still keep up my guard up with whatever my opponent does. So 4/4/4 is pretty good right here, at least in my opinion right now at the moment. I have considered of trying out going back to the 6/6 and see what happens, but for now 4/4/4 seems to be pretty good right now at the moment. And that's it for the grade 2 for the trigger lineup. For the grade 1s, your ideal grade 1 Vanguard. 4 Amber Dragon Daylights. Daylight is very important in this deck right here. His ability is if you have Dawn your soul, he gains 2,000 power while he's the Vanguard. And what's so really good about him is that if you don't end up riding him, that's not the end of the world. as long as you can at least call him and potentially use his effector to a separate rearguard circle, that will kind of make up for it. Because then you can pitch a grade 3 to add a copy of Amber Dragon Clips from your deck to your hand, which is actually pretty good as well. Now, he's not the best booster, but the possibility of getting a free search out for your ideal Vanguard is always pretty good, pretty appreciative. So Amber Dragon Daylight is definitely pretty good at 4. Kind of like old school Shadow Paladins before they moved on to the Avengers. This is kind of like how they are right now. You kind of have to play the 4 Daylights no matter what goes on down right now in the moment. So yeah. Next we play 4 bars. Now I'm still sticking with the 4 bars because keep in mind most of the grade 2s and grade 3s, except for Lawkeeper. Yes, I'm playing Lawkeeper, spoiler, don't really have that many offensive maneuvers. So you kind of do need the 4 bars to give your dragons the amount of boost that they need so they can have the extra power to actually be able to potentially land hits and all that crazy good such. So you kind of do have to play the 4 bars, especially knowing the fact that you're not going to be able to play Conros, so you have to play the 4 bars when you're playing Amber Dragons, in my opinion, right now at the moment. Next we have the 4 Baris, your 4 Perfect Guards, no explanation needed there. And 3 Dragon Monk Gojo. Now 3 Dragon Monk Gojo is pretty good right here, because you can just use ability, rest him, pitch a card, draw a card, help you get your other resources a lot easier, so you need your bigger cards a lot faster and all that good such. So Monk is pretty good right here. If you ride him, it's not the end of the world. As long as you're able to get to your stuff a lot easier, that's fine right there. So Monk is definitely pretty good. It's crazy good such. And that's it for the 3 Dragon Monk Gojos. Or partner, that's it for the grade 2, grade 3, 1 lineup. Now for the grade 2 lineup. For grade 2s, I'm playing max copies of Amber Dragon Dust. Now Amber Dragon Dust, he's kind of your ideal Vanguard for grade 2 Vanguard. When you have Daylight in your soul, he'll gain additional 1,000 power. While he's attacking, if he's a Vanguard, he'll gain 2,000 power. Now it's not impressive, but a grade 2 12k Vanguard is actually pretty good in my standard opinion. But at the same time, what you mostly really need him for is have someone for like a cross ride, if you know what I mean. Like ride him on top of him so he can get to 1,000 power, so he can be a little bit stronger and all that typical good such for both offense and defense maneuvers right here. Now, as I said before in my past videos with Amber Dragon Dust and all that such, I have thought about cutting out 2 of him to see how it goes down with that yet. I have not done some further on test plays of the deck ever since I took a break from the deck right here. So there's no guarantee of me doing that or not. But I have seen Shadow Paladins, well, old school Shadow Paladins, do that before, and it does actually function very well. Shocking to say right here. So after this deck profile is posted up on YouTube, I'll do some test playings where I play only 2 of these guys and still max out on 4, see what happens. Hopefully I'll get to my even stronger stuff and all that crazy good such, and have better rear guards than this guy because just like a grade 3, this guy's only good when he's your Vanguard. He kind of does suck a little bit when he's your rear guard, which does kind of suck to say. So 4 Amber Dragon Dust for now. Next we play 4 copies of 4 copies of Dragon Knight and Nahalms. Naham, just your basic 10k grade 2 vanilla. With the way how this deck is, you kind of do need some grade 2 10ks to beat down some stuff, and Naham does pretty much does the job for you pretty well. Call him, especially when you're not able to kill off some stuff with your Amber Dragon Clips and all that such. So you do need that extra power to push some stuff go down as well. So you do. So the Dragon Knight Nahams are pretty good the way they are right now at the moment. And finally, to finish out the grade 2 lineup is 3 Berserk Dragons. Like I said before, you're not always going to be able to go off with your Amber Dragon Clips ability, especially the way how this format is, especially with the whole Limit Break and Break Ride, all that crazy good such. So you do need Berserk Dragon to possibly kill off that one card you want to deal with. So you can, especially if it's a back row card that you don't want your opponent to have. So that way you can just counter blast 2 cards, retire that card, and just proceed to beat down what your opponent's got going on the board, and just proceed to establish field presence down your opponent right here. So 3 Berserk Dragons is pretty good. And that's it for the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 3 lineup, kind of a personal tech I'm playing. As I said at the beginning of this video right here, I'm playing 3 copies of Dragonic Lawkeeper. Now, the reason why I'm playing Lawkeeper in this deck right here, not only because I really do like Lawkeeper, but keep in mind at the same time, like I said about Amber Dragon Clips is not really the best Vanguard in the entire game. So when you go through a situation where you're not going to be able to get to your Vanguard, your Clips, you're not going to be able to ride your Amber Dragon Clips, or you know by fact Amber Dragon Clips is not going to do well, you just ride into this guy right here, and Lawkeeper just gets in there very well. Counterblast, Limit Break 4, Counterblast 1 card, bind all your opponent's rear guards, and you just proceed to wreck your opponent's game from there. And just take over this field very fast, and just make your opponent salt. Which is always pretty good. For me at least. And of course, what better way to close off the Amber Dragon deck profile video than, of course, the main key card of the entire deck is, of course, Amber Dragon Clips. Now, Amber Dragon Clips is actually a pretty good card despite what's going on in this format right here. Now, not the best effect right here, but he is pretty good. For those who do not remember him, he has Counterblast 2 cards. When this unit attack is a hit, you may retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards right here. Now, the one thing that does kind of suck about this card right here is that unlike most of the cards right now, the so-called better cards right now, keep in mind, in order to use Amber Dragon Clips' ability, you have to pay the cost of the 2 Counterblast cards before you go into your battle phase, and when that happens, your opponent may be likely to guard all the attack, and if they successfully do guard the attack, you will not be allowed to use Amber Dragon Clips' ability to retire your 2 opponent's rear guards. So that's why I'm playing the deck a little bit defensive and all that crazy good stuff. The one advantage this deck does have over most other decks right here, compared to most of the good competitive decks, is because unlike most competitive decks, if you're lucky and manage to guard off your opponent's attacks successfully, and you're only at 2 damage by the time you're writing this card right here, you will still be allowed to use Amber Dragon Clips' ability, while most of your opponent can't use most of their cards with the crap due to the fact that they will have less than 4 damage, meaning that they will not be able to use their limit break effects, which is very fantastic to utilize and do right here. A very huge step advantage compared to how most people play their cards these days, which is actually pretty good. It's something that I really like to deal with right here. So it is a type of card that it's not feared for understandable reasons, but it is one of those cards where if you underestimate it, it will wreck your day. Pretty much simple says that. So yeah. Alright there, Dragoons. That right there was my Kagero Amber Dragon deck profile. I'm very glad I got this deck profile going again. Some of the things I have been thinking about doing is maybe taking in like some sealed dragons in particular, just see how it works out and all the crazy good such. All in all, I'm very glad that I got this deck back together, and I'm very glad that I'm just playing Amber Dragons again. I really did miss this deck again. Something I don't think I'll ever part with until I quit Vanguard. Now, I know there's everything going on where Amber Dragons kind of suck right now and all that crazy good such, but it is a deck that I've always loved and enjoyed playing ever since they first became a thing. And yeah, it's kind of cool. I think the Amber Dragons are something that's worth keeping around in my opinion. And with that being said, let me know what you Dragoons think about this video in the comment and this deck profile in the comment section down below. And I'll see you Dragoons around. Hope you Dragoons enjoy this video. Leave a like and a favorite did, and subscribe today to become part of the Dragon Legion Alliance. And I'll see you Dragoons another day. Christian Dragoon signing out. Peace.